Welcome, everybody. College basketball action. I'm joined today from Ross Benjamin for our daily Underdog Value Show. Coming off a rough night last night for Ross, but this is the time you bounce back. We're 17-13-1, Ross is, on the picks for the college hoops so far in the Underdog Value. 3 games tonight on slate that Ross likes for the Underdogs. First being LSU, a team that is really putting some things together, have won their last 2 road games, and they're getting 3.5 points at a very tough location. South Carolina. Frank Martin has that team playing good ball. So this ought to be an interesting game, and as long as freshman Ben Simmons is involved, LSU has a chance. Ross, first and foremost, glad to have you back with us. What are your thoughts on this LSU game, and why is it that you like them with the points tonight?
This is an intriguing matchup. You're looking at an LSU team that's 8-2 in the SEC. They're leading the SEC. South Carolina team that's 20-3 overall. Yet both of these clubs are unranked in the AP poll. LSU has won 4 of their last 5. Their only loss in that sequence came by 2 against then number 1 ranked Oklahoma. This is also an LSU team that's been very adept at getting to the free throw line during conference games this year. 27 free throw attempts per game in conference play. And South Carolina, their last 5 games leave a lot to be desired on the defensive end, as they're allowing opponents to shoot better than 40% from 3-point range, and they're also allowing opponents 27 free throw attempts per game. You coincide that with LSU's tendency to get at the line in a huge volume. I like LSU here, plus the 4 on the road at South Carolina.
Yeah, and a lot of people might get confused and say, hey, wait a minute, they're only 2-5 against the spread on the road. Well, they were 0-5. They've won their last 2. This team is really playing a lot better, and it takes time to gel and put some things together. So I wouldn't be surprised if they went and got an outright win because, yeah, South Carolina, I was reading an article, a lot of people think they're just overrated, overvalued. And as you alluded to, 20-3, and they're not in the poll. So makes you wonder what's going on. And when you're allowing teams to shoot for more than 40% from 3 land, yeah, you've got some problems on the defensive end, as well as sending teams to the line 27 times. All right, Ross, I like that. Viewers, you heard it. LSU, it's plus 3.5. It was 4, but now across the board, plus 3.5. So there could be some really good value there. The second one is St. Joe's getting 3 at George Washington. All right, St. Joe's 8-0. Ross, I know you know this, against the spread on the road. They love going on the road. If you will, break this one down for us. And St. Joe's, that's your pick tonight.
Not only 8-0 against the spread on the road, they've won all 8 of those games outright. That's awfully impressive. This is a 19-4 St. Joe's team, yet they're still considered to be on the bubble because of their weak non-conference slate. They're currently in 3rd in the Atlantic 10 behind VCU and Dayton, and they're 1 game ahead of this opponent tonight, George Washington. So this will be a key battle as far as the A-10 race goes. And it's a game that St. Joe's desperately needs if they're hoping to at least gain an at-large berth in the NCAA tournament. They need some signature wins here down the stretch, and this would be a nice beginning to that occurring. Now, St. Joe's very good defensively too, Mike. The last 5 games only allowing 63 points per game, and also allowing opponents to shoot just 38% from the field. This GW team isn't a great shooting team. They get to the free throw line in a high volume. Now, St. Joe's on the year is only allowing 15 free throw attempts per game. So GW might be up against it and may be forced to shoot a little bit over their head if they hope to win tonight. I'm going to have a small lead here on the St. Joe's Hawks, plus the 3 at GW this evening.
Yeah, that foul shooting might be the points that make up the difference in this game, and that's a very good statistic. You know, these two play each other pretty tight. It was a 4-point game last year. St. Joe's lost at home, so there might even be a little revenge factor, even though I don't look too much into the past as far as last year, but sometimes when you have returning players, that sticks in their head. And they both shoot fairly similar. George Washington is ranked 130 in the country in their field goal percentage. So this ought to be an interesting game. St. Joe's, I like the direction they're going. I don't think there's any reason they couldn't pull it off. You heard it, viewers. St. Joe's plus the 3 for the second pick for Ross. And the third, Alabama at home getting 5 against a pissed-off Texas A&M team that had a loss over the weekend. I think they're going to be fired up for this one. What do you think about this game, and why do you think that home court advantage bodes well for Alabama, Ross?
Well, they could be fired up all they want to. The truth be told, they're 1-3 straight up in ATS in their last 4 games. And I haven't liked the way they've looked over the last couple of weeks, Mike. Make no mistake about it. They're well deserving of their ranking right now. This is an Alabama team, however, that's gone 3-1 in their last 4. Think about this. Prior to Avery Johnson coming on the scene as the head coach of Alabama this season, the Crimson Tide had lost 21 games in a row to ranked opponents. This year, they've gone 3-2 against ranked opponents under first-year head coach and NBA veteran Avery Johnson, and that speaks volumes to me. That tells me that this team is not intimidated against opponents that are deemed to be much better than them. Also, this is an Alabama team that's gone a solid 8-2 on their home floor this season. I just like the value here with the 5.5 points at home with Alabama, and I'm going to go with the Crimson Tide plus 5.5 over the Texas A&M Aggies.
Yeah, and Texas A&M, they're not too good on the road. They're 1-4, against the spread on the road. One thing that really stuck out to me, because I'm a big Avery Johnson fan as well. I like what he's doing there. I think that was a perfect hire, and I look for that team to continue to get stronger. But last game out, they had 4 players in double figures, and the rebounding was spread out, 7-6, 5-5. That means everybody is contributing, and everybody is going to the basket. So I like that. This is one when I actually looked at it yesterday, Ross, and I thought Bama might walk away with an outright win because of the momentum. So again, that's why they play the game. All right, viewers, you heard it. LSU plus 3.5, St. Joe's plus 3, and Alabama plus 5.5. Those are the 3 teams to cash your tickets tonight in underdog value. Ross, thanks so much for being with us, and we look forward to talking to you again real soon. Beat the book tonight, my friend.
I look forward to it as well. Thank you, Mike.